Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning into my second video. I'm showing you a lapbook today that I made for myself. It is a reference source for my green witchcraft practice. Witchcraft is kind of given a bad rap. It's not really the scary demon thing that most people think it is, but you'll get to see more of that when we look in here. So on the outside, I covered it all in like a white cotton fabric, and then I've got this pretty paper. I did some lace trim here for like a pocket. This fabric is from a skirt I found in a thrift store that was basically falling apart, and I thought it was so pretty. And then the back is more of that paper and another little pocket. I didn't finish trimming this side. And then it's an offcut from this paper pack here. These cards and these little images here are from a freebies download, I think from Sasibo. She was one of the first channels I found when I started doing junk journaling about a year ago, and I learned so much from her. Her work is gorgeous, so cute, and these worked really well for this project. So, alright. More of this paper pack. I love this. It has like random lyrics on it. Super cute. And then I put a little manifest on there. I'll start with the left side. This thing is kind of big. So, this guy, this little box here, I made, it says Enchanted Forest. I'm using this as reference for animals, symbolism around animals, correspondences, that sort of thing. This paper is so pretty. And I love owls. It's like a fairy forest or something. And then these are from an old witch's almanac. There's some... I've recycled a lot of this stuff. It's in my first video, the Apocalypse Cabin Journal. And you'll see another stuff too, but it's little cutouts about animals that I saved. There's a bunch of them, and I'm just going to put them on these pages. So, this little window to hold them in. Okay. Now this part is, I don't know if you can see it, herbology and tea recipes. Part of the green witchcraft is working with stuff from the earth, so like crystals, herbs, that sort of thing. If you make chamomile tea to help you sleep, or lavender tea for anxiety, essential oils, that type of thing, peppermint tea for your stomach, that would be considered part of like my craft. So I made these little pockets out of these pages. I'm going to write out information about different herbs on little strips of paper and kind of tuck them in. Well, they'll be sticking out and I can see them. I already did something similar to the crystal section, you'll see in a minute. So these open up. I want to write tea recipes on here. So I've got these little cards. I made these little envelopes out of tea bag packaging. So, and this is like craft paper and tissue paper layered together. I put some tea leaves and crushed flower petals on this. Okay, tie this back super quickly. There we go. And I had this attached by a little flap in the back. It just sticks into this pocket here. Okay, crystal magic section. This pocket here, I've got some of these little tarot cards hidden in here. They're just super cute. It's like a Disney villains tarot deck. I just think they're cute. I just hid them around. Alright, so this opens up. And inside, I've got a tag that I saved from something. There's a little tag with like a tab on it. This is from that almanac that I keep referencing. Okay, this up here folds down like a folder. Inside, I stuck a like a journaling card type thing that I made. And the pocket on the outside has another one of those tarot cards in it. Okay, down here, this is just like a tuck pocket. It's just a really pretty piece of paper. Well, not paper, whatever it is. It's really cute. 2 more of these cards. Alright, now the middle of the crystal section. So what I was talking about with the herbs, I haven't done it yet, but was just gonna write down information about each one, stuff that I use commonly. Just a quick way for me to see it and grab what I need. Originally, I would write down everything in a standard journal, and then when I needed to look it up again, I could not remember the page. It was a disaster just trying to find where in your journal you used one of these. It was crazy. So this works better for me. I tried to think of a system that would be easy for me. So I did like a waterfall thing here, and these papers are so pretty. It's like a crystal themed pack. Ooh. It's so fun. Okay. So in the back, I put this tiny little envelope that I made. And a little card to write on. Moon phases. Underneath, I stuck pages from that almanac again that have to do with crystals. This almanac, they make a new one every year, obviously, and it's like a planner, and there's just so much good stuff in there, so I save it. There. Middle, I put an elastic for my pen. Next spot, I put 2 little journals here. They are journals, but it's more about just writing down references, really. So this is my spellcraft one. I have this little removable card, and on the back I have these little cutout quotes. On the cover, so you saw I had that tucked in here. This is also another tuck if I wanted to pop something else in there. And then I've got a little cutout from a book page that I kind of thought worked well together. On the back, this little pocket here. This is an offcut from this page, this paper kit. This is a folded up part of that almanac. Spell to enhance your witch sight. And another offcut just in case I want to put some writing space on here, I can. Okay, I had this one tucked under this little anchor. I don't know if you can hear my neighbors yelling. I'm very sorry. I don't know why they're communicating so loudly. The next little booklet is for elemental magic and the Sabbats. The Sabbats are like holidays based around celebrating nature. So like the seasons and the solstices and the equinoxes, that kind of thing. This is another part of the freebie from Sasibo. On the back I wrote songs about rain and storms. These are about all the different Sabbats. I made a pocket out of like some fabric there. These are dyed pages. I think this is like blueberry and coffee, maybe. Yeah. There's that. This paper is so pretty. Oh, I'm in love with it. I would totally order that again. And then I had these just stuck in with this ribbon. Haha. Oh, I didn't show you the inside of this. Goodness. So the inside, these little papers are supposed to be like the Charmed Book of Shadows pages from that. Super cute. And then I'm just writing on the back of them. There's that. This section. So I've got my astrology booklet. Again, these pages are so pretty. Okay, inside we've got, first I've got this tag. I am an Aries. So I have this Aries sticker here. And I did some stenciling. I don't know if you can see the sticker for the reflection. Okay, so I've got kind of a slide-in pocket or a band here, and then behind it, so it's like 2 layers. In this one, I've got information about Gemini, since I'm a Gemini moon. Again, this is like a reference thing for me. My memory is not great, and I want to be able to like look this stuff up if someone asks me, or if I'm trying to figure something out. And then I'll probably write down my rising stuff and put it in the other one. Got a writing spot there. And then this tucks behind this telescope there. And I've got writing space here. I love the ships. They're so cute. Okay. And this little offcut with the key sticking out of there with some stickers. And here I got this, came with a green aventurine necklace that I found, that I got last year. I thought that was super cool. I wrote my moon and rising signs on there. This is a reference for my birth chart because I can never remember it. Put another Aries thing there. That's actually like vinyl from a Cricut cutout. It looks stamped. Okay, inside, these are just if I want to write on these sometime. Writing spaces. This slides out. And I can write on the back of that if I wanted to. So, in the middle here, this slides up and down just cause. And then I've got some bigger writing spaces here, so these are just plain. This is made from an offcut from this paper. Okay, there's my astrology booklet. And inside here, this side is like rituals. I put a little tab. This lace is cute, and I just put a flower at the end for the tab. And it's like a window there for these pages. Yeah, witchcraft isn't really what I would say most people think it is. It's just very spiritual. It helps me be mindful. There's affirmations. It's good for healing, for my mental health. And it helps me feel really close to nature. Okay, so here, I've got these little folders I made. If there's tarot spreads I like that I want to reuse, I can write those down here. Divination practices, rituals. I actually have one written down, and it corresponds with what I wrote in here. They go together. So there's like actions that go along with reading what I wrote out. So that's one thing I don't really do a whole lot of, but that was more for like myself, for something, healing something in myself, kind of like a therapy for me. So everybody has a different way they use their craft. This last segment is deities and archetypes. I made an accordion folder to put my references in here. So I made this for Persephone. I wrote down everything about her, and then I made this little sleeve. This is more paper from the like a wreath booklet that my grandmother gave me. It was in my other video, the cabin video. So on this side it's like spring flowers, and on the inside it's like harvest stuff. I thought that was perfect. These are paper clips, like covered paper clips, holding these ribbons in. I'm just not going to bother with opening it all up. So I love Persephone, goddess of spring and the underworld. Okay. A lot of these are blank. I just put blank spaces in here to write on. I wrote something, let's see, I wrote that one. And I pulled this from an old notebook I had started. This is about Medusa. So instead of copying it over, I just popped it in there. That accordion folder worked out perfectly for that. So yeah, this is my Green Witch Lapbook. I hope you liked it. I enjoyed making it. I spent months on this. A lot of thought went into it, and it works perfectly for what I needed it to do. So, alright, I am off to live my life, and whatever that entails today. I hope you guys have a good one, and see you soon.